Morning, Naz.
Good morning.
Naz, what can you offer us that other candidates cannot?
For this particular position,
Yes.
I feel that I have a very strong cross-functional experience, having worked in a number of different positions in sort of in three different industries: the healthcare industry, hospitality industry, and IT services. And I feel that on the basis of that and my sort of advanced education, that I can bring a lot to the table that some other individuals who are sort of very niche in their careers might not be able to do so.
Oh, that's fantastic. Do you have any additional strengths that you'd like to add to that?
Um, well, I think I'm very good in dealing with people. I have very strong analytical skills. I'm very comfortable working with numbers, something I've always been really good at doing. The fact that I think my undergrad is different than my postgrad, and sort of dealing with individuals, and my previous experience in psychology, I think I have a really good appreciation for how people behave, and as a result of that, and as a result of having sort of worked in a number of different cross-functional teams, um, getting along with people and relating to people is really sort of easy for me. Not to say that other people can't possibly do that, but I think as a whole, the package that I bring, that I'm sort of jack of all trades in that sense, and I think that'll be really conducive to the position that we're going to be. What can I say?
Definitely fantastic strengths to have as well. How successful would you say you've been so far?
Quite successful. I'm very achievement oriented and ambitious. I think I'm sort of my own biggest critic. I'm pretty happy with what I've achieved so far, but I'm 29 now, and I feel really proud to have completed an MBA at a top school in Canada. But I like to do a lot more than that, and my ambitions are certainly long term, and I love to acquire a director, VP, or CEO position at some point in the future. And not just for my own sake, but also to be able to sort of give back to the community, and philanthropy is something that's also really important to me as well.
Oh, that's great. Definitely, it's great. Sounds super successful. And what would you say your limitations and biggest mistakes that you have, if you have any?
I think one of my biggest weakness, I think, is also one of my biggest strengths, in that because I'm a bit of a jack of all trades, I'm not really a particular master at any single one of them. I think I have a very good handle for like a marketing sales type of role, but because I don't have maybe 10 years of experience in that sort of thing, there's still so much I can learn there. And also at the same time, I don't particularly work well in environments where I'm not consistently being challenged and where I'm going through repetitive tasks. So for me to reach my potential, I would need to work in an environment in which there's sort of a sufficient variety of tasks and a sufficient ownership for me to be able to take charge and be responsible for my P&L.
Okay. Well, I don't consider that a limitation. There's some companies would probably consider that a strength, like you said. And how long would you say it would take for you to make a meaningful contribution to our firm?
I think it really depends, and I would have need to I could sit here and tell you I could do it in a week or 2 weeks, but to be honest, I would need to understand what my position is and how my role fits in. I generally like to sort of analyze data, collect as much data as possible, and really understand where my strengths are and where I can sort of contribute to the tasks that I'm given. But given the success I've had in my career, working in a number of different sort of challenging roles, I foresee being able to bring back sort of immediate dividends, whatever that term really means. But certainly I have no doubt in my ability to be successful in any role I take on, provided that I have the means, the people around me to work with, and to be successful, and the ability to really take ownership over what I'm doing.
Okay, so fairly quickly, but it just depends on the situation.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, great. And what was the situation in which you worked under pressure or had to meet a deadline?
Well, I'll give you a recent example. At the Ivy School of Business, we were working with Loblaw's electronics department, and it was an 8-month program that we were a consulting project that we were working on, and we were running up close to the deadline with about a month left. And one of the issues that we had was communication flow between us and Loblaw's director, who was at the time changing positions, and it required a lot of running around for us. We had to consistently come from London to Brampton and get all the information that we needed. I mean, it's a $320 million business, and what they essentially wanted us to do was to design a shelf space optimization model to boost profitability. But one of the problems we had was not being put in contact with the individuals with whom we needed to get the information from. And so, we tried our best. We managed our expectations, and the last week I think we went 14, 15 hours a day to get it done. But I'm a a big believer in being able to come through, and sometimes things don't quite pan out the way you really want them to, but that's life, I
But
guess.
you met the deadline.
Absolutely, yes.
Fantastic. And last question, when would you be able to start?
Pretty close to immediately. I think tomorrow's my birthday, so I like that off. Anytime after that's good.
Okay, so definitely immediately. All right, well, Naz, I want to thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
And good luck in your search.